Hello, welcome to my channel. Kenneth is in this kitchen, guys. Today we are serving how to make the most delicious Oha soup. Very creamy Oha soup, very delicious and tasteful Oha soup. So come along with me, let's do it. First, I use all assorted meat, and this is shaki, well washed. This is intestine, well washed, though it still has some fat. This is beef, already ready to be cut. This is gizzard, chicken gizzard I mean. And this is cow leg, half cooked, I would say just parboiled, with this one also. And here I have my dry catfish, and I have my stockfish, and of course I have my liver, cow liver of course. Just everything for cooking this delicious Oha soup. You can't bet how delicious this is gonna be when we are done. And just to remind you, this Oha soup was actually done on live stream. I streamed it on YouTube, and this is a shorter version of it. As you can see, my pot is open and nothing is inside except water, just the way I like to start my live stream, because I cook from beginning to the end when I'm on live stream. Now I'm beginning the making of Oha soup with all my sauteed meats going in, from the shaki to the cow leg to the intestine to the gizzard. All have gone in now. I just deliberately cut this big cow leg and put in like that. There is something important about the red meat I just showed you guys now. That will come in later because it takes quite a little time for that to get done. What I've shown you already is Oha leaf, and also showed my catfish, and of course showed you orange habanero pepper that I'm going to use. Here in my hand is a pan paste that I'm going to use to cook, and of course I will show you guys the local seasoning ogiri I'm going to use. While my meat was cooking, my assorted meat was cooking, I had to put in my pan paste and give it a quick turn, because remember, for her soup you start cooking right from beginning. You don't parboil your meat separately, you cook your meat along. By the time your meat is well cooked, your soup is done. And what I'm showing you guys now also is, remember I said before, the red meat is not going in yet, because I don't want it to get too soft, and it doesn't take much time to get done. I just added my, of course, stockfish into the cooking now for all to continue to boil and release its flavor. Right now what I've done is just to add my orange habanero pepper. The thing about orange habanero pepper is that it has some unique flavor you can only get from that pepper. Now I am blending my crayfish, and of course with some black pepper seed here. For some reason I chose to use water to blend it, which is still okay, and I'm just adding it right now to continue, of course, cooking. Crayfish has gone in, black pepper seed has gone in. Guys, I will say this, let me say this now. For anything you want to cook, particularly soup, believe me, crayfish is really the most important ingredients you're going to use. Now I have finished cleaning my catfish, which I soaked in hot water previously, and now I think I'm just going to add it now. But the most important thing for me here is, remember, the more I add new, note at several points that I used to add different ingredients of fish or meat. It's important you understand that timing. I've added my catfish already. Remember, before now I added my stockfish. So now the catfish is going in. By the time catfish has gone in, I'm gonna just give it a quick stir. Again, cover it and let it to continue to cook. Now I am adding my ogiri. This is the local version of seasoning, I would say. There is no good Oha soup without ogiri seasoning. Ogiri is made from sometimes from egusi seed or from some other thing. And now I give it a quick stir and left it. I'm gonna close it. I close it to cook for some time. What I'm showing you guys now is that I'm getting ready the meat I'm going to add, but you can see how I pulled off the fat from the meat, at least to reduce the fat. Definitely if I had cut it that way and put inside as I'm doing now, the fat will melt and contribute to more oil in the soup, which I don't want. Right now I'm adding extra seasoning, and I also added some palm paste I removed previously. Now you can see the texture of the soup. What is important for this soup particularly is the texture is very important. Texture number one, tasting number two. You will have to get these two things right. I'm being someone that loves pepper a lot. I'm adding more pepper to this my Oha Soup cooking. Right now I am getting ready my semi Oha leaf. It's not completely like fresh like the one you will get from Nigerian market, but I tell you, I had to drive like 10 to 15 kilometers to get this Oha from someone that just returned from Nigeria to Canada, and I want to use it fresh. Hence the reason I'm making Oha soup. Again, you can see how it's easy to pluck. For the leaf, I'm using the Oha soup, and of course I'm also using the uziza leaf. I added some black seed, uziza seed before, but that wasn't enough, which I know it would not be enough, because I know I was going to add the leaf, which is exactly what I'm cutting right now, just to prepare the leaf to be added. Yeah, you can see here the texture of my soup is becoming thick. Even before I added my thickener, so I needed to put more water to get it a little bit more watery. Not because I want the soup watery, because eventually I'll add thickener, but to put enough amount of water that you need. Measurement is key when you're cooking soup. Measurement of spices, measurement of how much water you have in your cooking. A lot of things come into play when we want to cook. So, and I like to respect those things when I'm cooking. Now you guys can see my Oha. I'm going to use my hand to just stir it a little bit. Unlike some many years ago that I have to use knife to cut it, is not really necessary. Now I'm done cutting it, and I just checked out my Oha or my Oha soup. You can see how beautiful it's coming. So far so good. And I'm busy also trying to get the Oha leaf ready. The Oha leaf is almost ready. Now I'm adding one more seasoning. At this point, what we are doing is just waiting game, waiting for the soup to continue cooking. Right now I am adding my thickener. For thickener you can use many things. I am using cocoyam here for thickener. I can also use, of course, a yam for thickener, but I will not use what I'm showing you guys now, ashi. I will not use ashi for thickener in my Oha soup, not at all. That is a different kind of soup entirely. You can see how beautiful this soup is looking, getting thicker by day or by minute, just the way I wanted it. I've added my uziza leaf. I am adding now my green Oha leaf. Guys, this soup is one of the best I've made here. It's so tasty, so yummy and creamy. I just added the rest of the Oha that I have left so that it doesn't look as if the soup doesn't have pepper in it. Now soup is almost ready. This is more than about an hour on live stream and with you guys watching me on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. This is the end product of the Oha soup we made. It is so delicious, I tell you guys. And this is me dishing out some that I want to use to eat. I love meat. Oh my God, I love meat. Look at all kinds of meat I'm going to eat, but trust me, I will not finish everything. I am just bringing enough out for the camera's sake. Otherwise, I don't have to bring this much out. But I might finish it, who knows. I'm happy that you guys joined me. I love you.